Ever wondered what life is really like in the world's most secretive nation? In this video, we delve into the hidden realities of daily life in North Korea. From the government's tight grip on information to the unique challenges faced by its citizens, discover the aspects of North Korean life that are rarely seen or discussed. Uncover the untold stories and surprising facts about living under one of the most isolated regimes in the world. Join us as we lift the veil on the everyday experiences of North Koreans and reveal the fascinating and often surprising aspects of their lives. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful content, historical context, and isolation. North Korea's story begins in the aftermath of World War II, when the Korean peninsula was liberated from Japanese occupation. In 1945, the Allies divided Korea along the 38th parallel, with the Soviet Union controlling the north and the United States controlling the south. This division set the stage for the emergence of two separate states: the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, and the Republic of Korea, South Korea. In 1950, North Korea, under the leadership of Kim Il-sung, launched an invasion of South Korea, igniting the Korean War. The conflict drew international forces, with China supporting the North and a United Nations coalition, led by the United States, aiding the South. The war ended in 1953 with an armistice agreement, but no peace treaty was signed, leaving the peninsula in a state of suspended conflict that persists to this day. Kim Il-sung, revered as the eternal president, established a cult of personality and laid the foundation for North Korea's ideology of Juche, or self-reliance. This philosophy emphasized the country's independence from foreign influences and fostered a strong sense of nationalism. Under this doctrine, North Korea pursued policies of economic and political isolation, limiting its interactions with the outside world. The isolation intensified under Kim Il-sung's successors,
his son Kim Jong-il and grandson Kim Jong-Un.
The regime controls all aspects of life, from the economy to information flow, ensuring that the state's narrative remains unchallenged. The government's tight grip on media and communication means that most North Koreans have little to no access to information from outside the country. This isolation has made North Korea one of the most enigmatic and secretive nations on Earth. The government's desire to maintain control and prevent external influences has resulted in a society largely cut off from global developments, with limited understanding or awareness of life beyond its borders. Daily life and routines. Daily life in North Korea is shaped by strict state control and a rigid social structure. Most North Koreans start their day with a morning rally, a compulsory gathering where citizens pledge loyalty to the Kim family and receive the day's instructions. These rallies are a part of the state's effort to maintain ideological purity and collective unity. The workday in North Korea typically begins early, around 8 a.m., and ends in the evening. Workers are often assigned to state-run enterprises, factories, or collective farms, depending on their songbun, a classification system that determines one's social status and job opportunities. While the official workweek is 6 days long, unpaid labor, known as minbun tasks, is common, requiring citizens to participate in community projects or maintenance work. Education also plays a crucial role in daily routines. Children attend school 6 days a week, where they are taught not only basic subjects but also the ideologies of the state. The curriculum includes lessons on the greatness of the Kim family and the importance of loyalty to the regime. Leisure activities are limited and often state-organized, such as mass games or performances celebrating national achievements. For many North Koreans, access to information is restricted to state-controlled media, and the internet is only available to a select few. This tightly controlled environment leaves little room for personal freedom or expression. Despite these challenges, daily life in North Korea continues under the watchful eye of the state, with citizens navigating a world of constant surveillance and limited resources.
I have to do this because this is not I'm speaking. This is the people who want to tell the world what they want to say. North Korea is an unimaginable country. There is only one channel on TV. There is no internet. We aren't free to sing, say, wear, or think what we want.
Social hierarchy and control. In North Korea, social hierarchy and control are maintained through a strict classification system known as Songbun. This system categorizes citizens based on their perceived loyalty to the regime and their family background. There are three main classes: the core, the wavering, and the hostile. The core class, considered the most loyal, enjoys privileges and opportunities, while those in the hostile class face discrimination and limited access to education, employment, and even basic necessities. Songbun affects every aspect of an individual's life, from their job prospects to their place of residence. For example, individuals with a high Songbun may live in the capital, Pyongyang, where living conditions are relatively better. In contrast, those with low Songbun may be relegated to rural areas or harsh labor conditions. This system ensures that loyalty to the regime is rewarded, while dissent or undesirable family histories are punished. To maintain control and suppress dissent, the North Korean government employs an extensive surveillance network. The state monitors its citizens through various means, including informants who report suspicious activities. These informants can be neighbors, colleagues, or even family members, creating an environment of mutual distrust and fear. The secret police, known as the Ministry of State Security, plays a crucial role in this system. They are responsible for identifying and neutralizing potential threats to the regime, often using intimidation, arbitrary arrests, and torture. This pervasive surveillance and the constant threat of punishment ensure that most North Koreans conform to the state's expectations. The combination of the Songbun system and a vast network of informants and secret police creates a society where control and loyalty are paramount, leaving little room for personal freedom or dissent. Government and propaganda. North Korea is a country steeped in tradition, yet profoundly shaped by its government's propaganda. Traditional customs, such as bowing to elders, respecting family hierarchies, are still observed. These traditions provide a cultural continuity that connects North Koreans to their past, even as they live under a highly controlled regime. The North Korean government, led by the Kim dynasty, exerts immense influence over every aspect of life, including cultural traditions. Through state-controlled media, education, and public events, the regime promotes an idealized narrative of North Korean history and the greatness of its leaders. This narrative is a key component of the regime's propaganda, designed to foster loyalty and devotion among the populace. Propaganda in North Korea is pervasive and begins at a young age. Schools teach children about the heroic deeds of the Kim family, and daily life is infused with messages glorifying the state and its leaders. Public spaces are adorned with statues, murals, and posters celebrating the regime. Even traditional art and music are co-opted to reinforce the state's messages, blending ancient cultural elements with themes of socialist realism. The government's control over information ensures that only positive portrayals of the regime are visible, while dissenting voices and alternative viewpoints are suppressed. This manipulation of culture and tradition through propaganda serves to maintain the government's absolute control and discourage any form of opposition. In North Korea, traditions are not merely cultural practices, they are also tools of the state, used to sustain the regime's power and reinforce its ideological grip on the people. Challenges and restrictions. Life in North Korea is marked by significant challenges and restrictions imposed by the government. One of the most striking limitations is the lack of freedom of movement. Citizens are generally not allowed to travel abroad, and even movement within the country requires government permission. The border areas are heavily guarded, making unauthorized crossings nearly impossible. This isolation is designed to prevent exposure to the outside world and maintain the regime's control over its people. Access to information is another major restriction. The North Korean government tightly controls all media, and only state-approved content is available. The internet is restricted to a select few, and foreign media, including movies, books, and news, is banned. Citizens are fed a steady diet of propaganda, portraying the outside world as hostile and the regime as benevolent and protective. The risks and consequences of dissent are severe. Speaking out against the government or engaging in subversive activities can lead to harsh punishments, including imprisonment in labor camps, known as kwanliso. These camps are notorious for their brutal conditions and high mortality rates. Even minor infractions, such as listening to foreign radio broadcasts or possessing banned media, can result in severe penalties. Attempting to escape North Korea is extremely dangerous. Those caught trying to flee are often subjected to imprisonment, torture, or even execution. The threat extends to the escapees' family members, who may also face punishment under the regime's policy of guilt by association. In North Korea, the combination of stringent controls on movement and information, along with harsh penalties for dissent, creates a highly restrictive environment that stifles freedom and individuality. Cultural life and traditions. Cultural life in North Korea is a blend of traditional customs and state-controlled artistic expression. The country prides itself on its rich heritage, which includes traditional Korean music, dance, and art. Festivals and celebrations, such as the Korean New Year, Seollal, and the Harvest Festival, Chuseok, are widely observed, providing rare moments of relaxation and family bonding. However, in North Korea, cultural activities are heavily influenced and controlled by the government. The state uses culture as a tool for propaganda, promoting the regime's ideology and glorifying the Kim family. This is evident in the country's mass games, known as Arirang, where thousands of performers participate in synchronized displays that depict historical events and praise the leadership. Artistic expression in North Korea is limited to what aligns with state-approved narratives. The government sponsors artists, musicians, and writers, ensuring their work promotes the regime's messages. Traditional Korean instruments and folk songs are often adapted to include themes of patriotism and loyalty to the leadership. Theaters, cinemas, and art exhibitions primarily showcase productions and works that reflect socialist realism. These cultural presentations aim to educate the public, reinforcing the state's values and discouraging dissent. Even the traditional art of Korean painting is used to depict idyllic scenes of North Korean life, far removed from the reality experienced by most citizens. While cultural life in North Korea includes elements of genuine tradition, it is tightly interwoven with the state's propaganda efforts. The government's control over cultural activities ensures that all forms of expression serve to maintain the regime's image and ideological purity.